David said, sin is a matter of the heart. It's not a matter of my history first, not a matter of my family, not a matter of location, not a matter of situation. My biggest problem lives inside of me, not outside of me. Psalm 51 is written after David had committed that double sin of adultery with Bathsheba and then murder of her husband. It's unthinkable. And yet, he comes in honest and humble confession to God. And one of the things that we see as a result of that confession is Psalm 51 is a place where you get one of the most accurate definitions of what sin is about in all of Scripture, because that's what David is confessing. There's no what if, there's no if only, there's no argument for his own righteousness, there's no blame shifting, it's just honest confession. And notice how Psalm 51 begins. Have mercy on me, O God, according to your steadfast love, according to your abundant mercy, blot out my transgression. Wash me thoroughly from my iniquity and cleanse me from my sin. Now, I don't know if you noticed, but in that first couple verses of this psalm, David uses 3 different words for sin. And it's important to understand what these words mean. The first word is transgression. Transgression is rebellion. Transgression is a willing stepping over God's boundaries. When you're looking for a place to park and you see the no parking sign and you park there anyway, that's transgression. You know what you're doing. You're willingly breaking the law because your comfort, saving yourself 7 steps, is more important than doing what's right. That's transgression. Then there's the word iniquity. The reason we transgress is because we have iniquity inside of us. Iniquity is a word for moral impurity. It's like pouring tainted milk into good milk. All of a sudden, that milk is impure. And that's what sin does. There are impurities still wafting around in our hearts. Yes, we've been justified. That's named righteous before God. But our sin hasn't been fully eradicated yet. So there are moral impurities inside of us. And then the third word is sin. The word sin means inability. People say it's pulling the arrow back and missing the target. That's not what it means. It means pulling the arrow back as far as I can, and my arrows always fall short of the target. I can't reach the target. I'm unable. So sin produces rebellion, sin produces moral impurity, and sin produces inability. But David goes on. He says, you got to know that all sin is vertical. No matter who is being harmed by your sin, sin is always sin against the authority and the will of God. David says, everyone is born in sin. That means that my biggest problem is not the world I live in or the people I live around or the circumstance of my life. My biggest problem is me. David said, sin is a matter of the heart. It's not a matter of my history first, not a matter of my family, not a matter of location, not a matter of situation. My biggest problem lives inside of me, not outside of me. And so what is my only hope? I need something that I can't give myself. I need God's cleansing grace. Create in me a clean heart. Cleanse me. Sin is never defeated by denial, by minimizing, by blame shifting, by arguing for your righteousness. My only hope in the face of my transgression, iniquity, and sin is forgiving, delivering, empowering grace. Remember, that grace is found in the person and work of Jesus.